All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. We're going to be looking at the importance of your monthly auto ship. This is a new picture that I pulled up off of the Synergy blog site. And so we really basically what we want to do is we want to cover the following items. We want to help you understand why monthly auto ship is important to the compensation plan in Synergy worldwide so that you can maximize the compensation plan, that you can maintain your distributor status, that you're able to write off your auto ship on your taxes. Now, I'm not sure how that applies up in Canada, but definitely here in the United States, you can write your auto ship off on your taxes, and I'll explain to you how you can do that. And then also currently, and I have no idea how long this will last, if you are on a monthly auto ship, then Synergy will give you free shipping. They've had this in place for a couple months now. And, I noticed that for when my monthly auto ship comes in, I don't pay any shipping fee and I don't pay any handling charge. So that's a $13 savings for me because I'm on monthly auto ship. So we're going to cover these aspects today, but the first thing I want to start with, because it's the one thing that most new distributors don't know about, because they typically have not read their policies and procedures guidelines, or they've not maybe spent time looking at the compensation plan in Synergy worldwide. But for a person to maintain their distributor status in Synergy worldwide, there's 2 6-month qualification periods every year. It's not based upon 6 months from when you join. They're defined qualification periods. So as you can see by the image that I pulled up off of the Synergy compensation plan, the first period is from April through September, and then the second period is from October through March. So right now we're in the second period of qualification, which goes from October through March. So we're in February, and then next month will be March. And in each qualification period, you need to generate 240 CV of volume on your tracking center 1. Now, Synergy Worldwide doesn't care how that 240 CV volume comes, where it comes from. It could come from your monthly auto ship, which makes it the easiest way to maintain your distributor status, or it could come from a personal order that you place, or it could come from your customer orders. But it's important to understand that every 6-month qualification period, you have to have a minimum of 240 CV of volume on your tracking center 1. If you don't, then you move from a distributor status to a customer status. And I don't know, I tried to get this answer, but I called too late. I don't know if Synergy is continuing the process for people to reactivate their current, for distributors that became inactive due to not making this qualification period, and they became customers. Last month, Synergy had in place a way for a person to reactivate their existing position in the Synergy organization by a purchase of 200 CV. I don't know if that's continuing or not. So what would happen in the past is that if a person missed 2 qualifying periods, so they missed the current qualifying period, they missed the next qualifying period, and then they decide that they want to become a distributor again. If they wanted to maintain their position in Synergy worldwide, they would have to make up the volume of the qualification periods that they missed. So in this case, they would have to make up 480 CV of volume to be able to make up for what they missed. Again, if I don't have the answer with regards to whether they've extended this special offer of 200 CV for a customer that was a distributor to reactivate themselves as a distributor. But what's important to understand going forward for you or any new distributor that you bring into Synergy worldwide, you want to make sure that they understand that there's this qualification period and they need to have 240 CV of volume to maintain their status as a distributor. Well, the easiest way of doing that is to have a monthly auto ship. So I pulled this information directly off of the compensation plan from Synergy Worldwide. So I just want to read through this information and then help you understand what that all means towards monthly auto ship. So starting with step 3, that's in the compensation plan: qualification, standard, and elite. So there's 2 basic qualifications in Synergy Worldwide: the standard qualification and then what's called the elite qualification. This will make sense as we go through this. The 3rd step is to maintain qualification of your tracking centers on your monthly basis. Basically, the tracking center that you have to worry about is your tracking center 1. Your tracking centers will be qualified each month by purchasing a minimum of 120 CV or 100 CV of an auto ship order of product for resale on tracking center 1. Standard qualification. Standard qualification allows you to earn all bonuses during the commission month except for elite rebates. There are 2 ways to achieve standard qualification. Either place 120 CV or more in total orders on your tracking center 1, or place an auto ship of 100 CV or more. Now, up in Canada, it's slightly different, and I'm going to cover the Canada at the end. And the only reason why I'm doing that at the end is everything I'm going to tell you applies up to Canada, except that their standard and elite qualifications are slightly lower than what they are here in the United States. Elite qualification allows you to earn all bonuses during that commission month, including the elite rebate. As with standard qualification, the best way to qualify at the elite level is by setting up an auto ship order of 150 CV or more on a specific date each month. You can change the product or the ship dates on your auto ship order anytime. In order for the change to be effective on that month's auto ship, the change must be submitted no later than 5 business days prior to the shipment date. Now, that applies if you're trying to do it through your back office. If you miss that 5 business day, you can call customer service directly a day or 2 before your auto ship, and they can do it through customer service to make that change. But it means that you have flexibility on your auto ship. You don't have to keep the same auto ship all the time. You can change that based upon what you want to do for your Synergy business. All qualification orders must be placed in tracking center 1. That's the key tracking center. You have to make sure that your tracking center 1 is qualified. And if your tracking center 1 is qualified, then whatever volume you're creating in your legs, your left or right legs, because it's a dual linear compensation plan, then you'll get full credit for whatever residual income can be generated through the volume on your left and right hand sides. So let's break down this so that you understand the benefits of your monthly auto ship as it applies to the dual linear mega match compensation plan in Synergy Worldwide. So that line that I just read is mine. That's not in Synergy. What I want you to understand is why your monthly auto ship is important. So first off, it's important for maintaining your qualification status as a distributor. And then the second reason why it's important is because it allows you to be able to take full advantage of the Synergy dual linear mega match compensation plan. Now, the easiest monthly auto ship to have is an auto ship for 100 CV. Here in the United States, if you're set up for a monthly auto ship of 100 CV, I'm going to show you one options so that you can see how this works a little bit later in today's presentation. But that 100 CV on auto ship allows you to take advantage of fast start bonuses. Again, what are fast start bonuses? When you sign up a new distributor in Synergy Worldwide, depending upon what their activation order is, you earn either a $25, $50, or $100 fast start bonus. It's a one-time payment for a new distributor that you bring into Synergy Worldwide that you personally sponsored. Since every Synergy distributor every new Synergy distributor has to place 150 CV volume as their activation order, that 150 CV volume earns you a $25 fast start bonus. If their volume was 300 CV for their activation order, you would earn a $50 fast start bonus. And if my memory is correct, if it's a 500 CV volume activation order, then you earn a $100 fast start bonus. In addition, you earned residual income on your weak leg volume. So we've taught in the past in Saturday presentations. This is in the Our Synergy Family website, but basically we have two sides to our business, a left and a right-hand side. And as you sponsor individuals into Synergy Worldwide, there is a process of placing people properly in your organization, proper sponsoring and placement techniques that allows you to maximize the potential of the compensation plan, because you need to have volume on both sides of your tracking center one, your left and your right-hand sides, because that's what's going to create basic commission, leadership bonuses. So at the end of the month, the side that has the least amount of volume is called your weak leg volume or your lesser leg volume, and you earn basic commission on that volume. It's never been less than 7%. It's never higher than 10%. Usually hovers close to 8%. Whatever the volume is on that weak leg, then that's your basic commission. And because you're on a monthly auto ship, you would then earn that. If you weren't on a monthly auto ship, then you have to make sure that you have an order of some type placed for 120 CV of volume. If you don't have either of those two in place and you have volume on your weak leg, you will not get your basic commission. If you sign someone up in Synergy Worldwide, you will not get your fast start bonuses. And then as you grow your Synergy organization with people that you've personally sponsored, if you're teaching them the right things to do, such as be on a monthly auto ship so that they can make sure that they get full compensation from the dual linear mega match compensation plan, then for people that you've personally sponsored in a Synergy Worldwide, if they earn a basic commission because they're properly qualified and they have volume on their lesser leg, whatever their basic commission is, you then mega match that dollar for dollar. And the nice thing about mega matches is that there is no cap to the number of mega matches that you can earn, which means that for every person that you sponsor into Synergy Worldwide, whether they're on your left side or their right or your right side, whether they're in your weak leg or your strong leg, whether they're one generation from you or they're 1,000 or more generations away from you, if you've sponsored them and they're qualified on their tracking center one, and they earn a basic commission, then you mega match that basic commission dollar for dollar. So this is really an important part of the compensation plan in Synergy Worldwide. This is where people can make a large amount of residual income because they've taught the proper sponsoring and placement techniques to their new distributor. They've taught their new distributors to be on a monthly auto ship so that they can always make sure that they maintain their status in Synergy Worldwide as a distributor and that they can max out the compensation plan. Plus, leadership bonuses. As your Synergy organization grows, when the lesser leg reaches 6,000 CV of volume, which means that your strong leg has to be 6,000 or more in CV volume, then you start earning leadership bonuses on your strong side. So basic commissions are on your weak leg. Leadership bonuses are on your strong side once your weak leg hits the 6,000 mark. And then the other thing that you earn is what's called banked volume. Banked volume allows you to bank the excess in your strong leg. So for example, if my left leg was at 500 CV and my right leg was at 1,000 CV, I would get paid basic commission on 500 CV. And then when they look at my left leg 500 CV versus my right leg 1,000 CV, the difference is 500 CV. They'll bank that so that if the following month my legs switched and my left leg became my strong leg and my right leg was my weak leg, then whatever the volume was on my left leg, let's say it was 1,000 CV of volume on my left leg, my right leg was at 500. My legs basically switched. Well, instead of just paying me that second month on a basic commission of 500, they would take my bank volume of 500, add it to it to match my weak leg, and then I would I'm sorry, to match my strong leg volume at the end of the month, and I would get paid that extra basic commission because I had bank volume. I'm going to show you something on the Our Synergy Family website to help you better understand each one of these components, especially bank volume and how powerful bank volume is. So that if you want to go back and review this, there's actual videos that we've created to help you in this process. I'll show where that's at in just a little bit. Now, if your monthly auto ship is set up for 150 CV of volume, then you enjoy all the benefits that we just talked about, plus you enjoy what are called elite rebates. So any volume that occurs on your tracking center one that's above 150, you start earning a 25% commission on that volume. And those are elite rebates, and elite rebates are paid out on a weekly basis. So for example, I looked into my business checking account, and I saw that there were $242.50 deposited by Synergy Worldwide into my business checking account, and that $242.50 was from elite rebates that was earned in the prior week. So whatever happens in, for example, whatever happens this week, you know, I've had customers order products. My customers, when they order products through Synergy Worldwide, whatever they order, that CV of volume goes on my tracking center one, because I have my monthly auto ship set up for a jumbo jar plus one, which is 170 CV of volume. So I'm already qualified at the start of the month through my monthly auto ship. Then what happens is each week when my customers through Synergy Worldwide order their products, they create CV volume on my tracking center one. Whatever that volume that they've created during that week, for example, this week, whatever that volume is, 25% of that is going to come to me next Friday as an elite rebate. So each week I get cash flow that comes into my Synergy business by a direct deposit from Synergy Worldwide into my business account. And as I've talked about in the past, your customers represent cash flow to help you run and operate your Synergy business. Now, to help you better understand this whole aspect of compensation plan, again, we created a website called Our Synergy Family. And if you go to the home page of Our Synergy Family, you can scroll down. And as you scroll down, you see this thing that says compensation plan. If you click on the image, it opens up to a dedicated page that helps you understand the Synergy Worldwide Dual Linear Mega Match Compensation Plan. There's a great overview video that we have, but in addition to that, we also have broken out separate videos on each component within the Synergy compensation plan. So I just talked about elite rebates. There's a video that helps you better understand elite rebates. I talked about fast start bonuses. There's a video for that. I talked about basic commission, mega matches, leadership bonus, and usually the hardest concept for a person to understand is this bank volume component. Again, we have a video that will help a person better understand how bank volume is generated and how you can better use bank volume, especially in the beginning of building your Synergy organization, where your left and right legs can flip back and forth between weak and strong. And by proper sponsoring and placement techniques, you're able to then help to grow both sides of your Synergy business to maximize the compensation plan and be able to take full advantage of any bank volume that you might be creating as your organization grows and develops. Let's go back to our presentation. So what's the best timing to put your monthly auto ship in place? And my suggestion to you is do it in the first 5 days of the month. You know, I'll leave it up to you what day that is. I have mine set up for the 2nd of the month. And the reason why I do it within the first 5 days of the month is because it puts me in position to be able to earn all cash flow components of the Synergy business So any fast start bonuses of people that I've signed up in Synergy Worldwide, or any of my customers, or any of my personal orders that I make outside of my monthly auto ship, all, my fast start bonuses from new distributors that I sign up, those are a one-time thing. But on a weekly basis, I can be creating cash flow every week through my customer base as they order whatever customers order during that week. Because I'm already on a monthly auto ship of 150 or greater, I'm going to immediately earn elite rebates, and that creates cash flow for me every week. Every week I get cash flow directly deposited into my business checking account from Synergy Worldwide. And then, as I've said, the reason, it sets you up to see your earnings for the month. And that way you can make any adjustments to how you want to operate your business. And as I've talked about, you get your cash flow through the fast start bonuses and elite rebates. And that, just having cash flow, helps you to better operate your Synergy Worldwide business. Now, there's a tax advantage to this. And the reason why there's a tax advantage to this is, mentally, just look at your monthly auto ship as rent. If you had to open up a business outside your home, you would have to either buy a building or buy a space or rent the space. Most people would rent a space, and you would have a monthly rent. And you pay that monthly rent so that you can operate your business in that location. And that monthly rent is an expense that you can then write off on your tax return at the end of the year. Well, your monthly auto ship is the same thing. For you to be able to take advantage of all the compensation components in Synergy Worldwide, be on a monthly auto ship. You can justify your monthly auto ship as an expense to operate your Synergy business, because it allows you to then take advantage of the compensation plan from Synergy Worldwide. So then set up your monthly auto ship for the product combination that best works for you or your family. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to show you some potential monthly auto ships. So Synergy Worldwide has what we call the basic auto ship pack. What that is 2 boxes of Pro Arginine Plus and 1 box of E9. Now, in the Pro Arginine Plus, you only get 2 choices. They don't give you the grape. You only have the choice between citrus berry and mixed berry. And then there's only 1 flavoring system on the E9. Now, if you're like myself, although I don't have this set up for my basic auto ship, I'll show you what I do and the reason why I do it. But if I didn't do how I currently run my Synergy business, this would be an ideal basic auto ship. Because what do I do on a monthly basis? Every morning, I do 1 stick of Pro Arginine Plus with 1 stick of E9. And then every afternoon, I do 1 stick of Pro Arginine Plus, 1 stick of Immune Booster, and 1 stick of E9. Now, if I was just going to set up my monthly auto ship for what I personally do, I would do the Elite Auto Ship Pack, because every month I go through 2 boxes of Pro Arginine Plus and I go through 2 boxes of E9. And then I would add to my Elite Auto Ship Pack, I would add a box of Immune Booster, because I do in the afternoon 1 stick of E9, 1 stick of Immune Booster, 1 stick of Pro Arginine Plus. So those are the things that I use every month. I would go through 2 boxes of Pro Arginine Plus, 2 boxes of E9, and I would add to my monthly auto ship the Elite Auto Pack, because I get a better deal at $169 on prices for those 4 components. And I would add to that Elite Auto Ship Pack 1 box of Immune Booster. That would be my program, my monthly auto ship. Now, I want to come back to this over here, because we have some people that are in our Barbados group. And one of the things that we talked about is having you set yourself up for some form of auto ship where you guys have it sent to my home address. And then I just combine all of your auto ships into 1 package to send to you through Cargo BGI. and be able to, one, reduce your shipping fees, as well as you can see that your cost per item is pretty close to what we can get through the 48 pack. So for example, if I've got $125 and I set my cost for my E9 at 25, then my boxes of Pro Argent Plus are $50 a box, US. And where you really spend a lot of cost is if you had that basic auto ship package go to Cargo BGI, you'd get charged an even greater amount in shipping costs. Whereas if you had everyone in your organization in Barbados on a monthly auto ship, then they would be able to have everything sent to me. We would pull it into one large package. They then disperse the cost of shipping through, through all the people who are participating, which brings your shipping cost into Barbados down significantly. And then you could resell those boxes if you wanted to. You could resell the E9, you could resell the Pro Argent Plus, you could do what I kind of do here in the United States, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. But as you can see, the cost is $136.50 when you add shipping and handling. But Synergy currently has free shipping if you're on a monthly auto ship. I don't know how long they're going to continue it, but if you're on a monthly auto ship, then basically that $8.50 shipping fee would drop out. The $3 handling fee would drop out. There would be a sales tax. I live in Illinois, but sales tax in Illinois on supplements is considered to be the same as food. So it's like 1 3/4% here where I live. So it's a small amount, but now you can see that you don't have any real shipping except for the shipping cost of sending this to Barbados, which would be less than, because we pool everyone's orders, than if you did everything individually. Now, if you did the Elite Auto Pack, where you're getting 2 boxes of Pro Argent Plus, 2 boxes of E9, again, depending upon what your market is like in Barbados, can you sell both boxes of each? If you can, then the Elite Auto Ship is ideal because, one, it sets you up at 150 CV of volume. So if you do build a client base here in the United States and that client base are ordering their own products through Synergy worldwide, then you're earning elite rebates because you're already at 150 CV of volume through your auto ship. And you're not only selling those packages, those items, the 2 Pro Argent, the 2 E9, but you're making your cost back and you're earning income. So what do I mean by that? Well, this is what I do on my monthly auto ship. My monthly auto ship is set up for a jumbo jar +1. So the jumbo jar is the big plastic container that has 180 servings. By itself, it sells for $235. But for $5 more, they give you a box of Pro Argent Plus, 30 servings. And this can be for any one of the 3 flavors, citrus berry, mixed berry, or grape. It's $240. Now, I used to pay $255.40 when I add my sales tax, shipping, and handling. Well, the shipping and handling has dropped off, but I'm just going to show you what my costs were prior to Synergy giving us free shipping and handling if we're on a monthly auto ship. My cost, my tax write-off would have been just slightly over $3,000 for the year. But what I do is I sell the jumbo jar each month to one of my clients. I have clients that call me up, and not all my clients order directly from Synergy worldwide. I've got clients that just like to call me and deal with me direct. And so I sell them a jumbo jar for $235. Well, $235 times 12, that's $2,820 in income for the year. And then I sell the box separately at $55 a box. Less than $70 that Synergy charges, but I set it for my clients at $55 and I sell that box times 12. That's $660 of income. And because it's 170 CV of volume, 20 CV is above the 150 threshold. So I earn a $5 elite rebate times 12. That's $60 in elite rebates. What does that do? That generates for me $3,540. What's my expense? $3,065. What do I then make? I make about a $475 net profit. And I've recouped my investment. Every time I sell this jumbo jar and box, I've recouped my cost. And what do I do for the month? I turn around and I buy another jumbo jar and box because I got my investment back. And every time I do it in the month, I'm still going to earn the same amount here on the jumbo jar and the same amount here on the box. But what I'm going to do now is now I get 170 CV of volume times 25%. I earn $42.50. So if I just sell an extra jumbo jar plus box every month, that $42.50 times 12, that adds another $510 of extra cash flow to my Synergy business. And if I'm able to build my client base where not only do I do my initial monthly auto ship, but then every time I sell my monthly auto ship, I then take my money 240 that comes back to me and I reinvest that into another jumbo jar plus one. And I can do that 2, 3, 4 times a month. That just adds to my additional cash flow for the month. And it's all because I've got myself set up at the beginning of the month with my monthly auto ship to be able to run my business effectively and run my business in a way that allows me to create cash flow to operate my business. Now, up in Canada, Canada is considered a personal import market. And so you can have distributors up in Canada, and the only item that has to go through the Canadian warehouses is Pro Arginine Plus. Health Canada, up in our neighbor to the north of us, has required Synergy Worldwide that the only Pro Arginine Plus that they can sell in Canada must go through their warehouses up in Canada. And so the jumbo jar is not available to the Canadian market, but 6 boxes and 7 boxes are. And then any of the other items that are in the U.S. Portfolio of products, then Synergy Canadian customers and Canadian distributors can order those, and then it's shipped from the U.S. to Canada. The only thing that is the only restriction is that they can't buy more than a 3-month supply. So there are some restrictions in terms of the amount that a person can buy as a customer or as a distributor. But up in Canada, they're not going to get their Pro Arginine Plus through the U.S. They're going to get their Pro Arginine Plus up through Canada. So they can get 6 and 7 boxes. 6 boxes is $235 US up in Canada. 7 boxes is $250 US up in Canada. And so from a standard qualification period or standard qualification amount for the Canadian market is 80 CV. Here in the United States, it's 100 CV. And then on the elite qualification, up in Canada, it's 100 CV, whereas here in the United States, it's 150. So what does that mean? Standard qualification, you are qualified for all components of the Synergy compensation plan, except for elite rebates. And up in Canada, your elite rebates, that 25% return, kicks in if you have 100 CV for elite qualification. So with that said, do I have anyone that has any questions with regards to monthly auto ship? Maybe there's something that I haven't answered for you or I've covered that you would like to ask me. Everyone's muted that's on the call today, so you have to unmute yourself to ask your questions.
Good morning, Dan. This is David. How are you?
Good, David. And yourself?
Good, good. Dan, excellent presentation. I just wanted to, if I may add, uh, the elite rebate for me personally has been a big help in terms of justifying my business. A lot of people know that when I first started in the business of network marketing, I have a lot of pushback because people don't understand that there is a need, like you say, to pay rent in order to grow your business and qualify for the commissions. And when I put my wife into the organization very early on, and even to this day, I make sure that when I am receiving orders, as you say, when you receive jumbo orders, that's $42.50 in elite rebates. Make sure I put it in her organization. She has her auto ship, I have my auto ship. And as I get orders every week, I make sure that that's sufficiently covers her, like her payment for her automobile, which has been great at justifying, at least in her eyes, how much sense this kind of business makes, as long as you do the necessary work to generate interest and generate income to be able to cover the expenses that you need to cover. But when you understand it, as you so clearly explained it, Dan, it becomes strategic in terms of placing your orders in the right place to be able to maximize your returns on your investment. So thank you.
Sure. And David, if I could just take what you've just said and add a little bit more context to it, is that David sponsored his wife into Synergy Worldwide, but he sponsored his wife in his weak leg. So strategically, David understood that for his wife to buy into what he was doing, if he could create income for his wife through elite rebates that paid for her car payment, then she would see that David's really doing a legitimate business. And then the nice thing, David, is that the volume that the customer orders that you place on Betsy's Tracking Center 1, not only do they create 25% elite rebate for her in cash flow, but it also creates 50% volume. So, for example, let's say that you placed a total of 1,000 CV of orders on her Tracking Center 1 over and above the monthly auto ship. She would earn $250 in elite rebates. And of that 1,000 CV volume, half of it, 500 CV, would be CV volume, organizational volume in your lesser leg, your weak leg, and you're earning basic commission off of it.
That's correct, Dan. And I understand the basic commission is still around 7%.
Correct. So it's never been less than 7%. It's always higher, but from a math standpoint, it's always easier to use 7% than multiplying. So if I've got 500 CV times 7%, that's what, an extra $35. Now, is it residual? It's residual income? It's not what I call financial freedom income, but it most likely pays for a night out dinner at one of the nice restaurants that are in Bolingbrook where you live, where you can go and take your wife out for dinner and say, hey, guess who's paying for dinner tonight?
Exactly.
My Synergy business. You got your car paid. You got dinner with me. Isn't this business great? What kind of things should we set for some goals in our Synergy business that we could, it's worth the time to invest in to build this Synergy business, because we can see even greater benefits.
And what I have found then is that when you have distributors in your organization that you're supporting by ways of, my case, I just send customers to my distributors and I know they're getting orders. And I know that when my commission check hits my account, I can pick up the phone and call my distributor and say, hey, by the way, did you notice you got money in your account? They're saying, what are you talking about? And of course, initially they're surprised and they're happy because they see that the system really works. And in time, they kind of get used to it. So it's great to know that they're, again, the elite rebate for me is the easiest way to show someone that the business actually works. And then, of course, you build on that, as you're saying, and identifying where to place your orders to maximize the weak leg volume for basic commissions.
Yeah, and then you can say you enjoying those elite rebates. Well, let's make sure that they don't go away. What products do you use on a monthly basis with your Synergy, for your health? Well, let's take those monthly products and put them up on an auto ship. And because Synergy has free shipping on an auto ship, you're going to save even additional money, and you're using these products every month, but it guarantees that you're in position to continue to earn all these other compensation components in Synergy's compensation plan.
Absolutely. Sure thing. I mean, the auto ship is the key, Dan. That's one of the things I'm focusing on this year.
Mm-hmm.
Getting those customers and distributors. Obviously, distributors should be on auto ship automatically, but certainly customers, because the auto ship is what really makes a difference, not only in their health, in ensuring that they're not interrupted and they don't come back and say after a couple of years, I got off the product and I really regret it and put me back on. But also in the case of distributors, to create elite rebates and basic commissions for them.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, David.
Hey, Dan.
Yes.
Hey, Dan. This is Edgar.
Hey, Edgar, how are you?
I'm doing great. Sorry I got on the call late.
That's okay. We've recorded it, plus the PDF that I'm showing you, I'll put out in the Tuesday newsletter.
Okay, good. I got a question. I know you mentioned that when you get your sponsorship, you sell your jumbo jar and you also sell your Ferrari box.
Uh-huh.
My smart ship consists of things that I use on a daily,
Sure.
And I'm wondering, so in order for me to do, incorporate like you're doing, I would have to get an additional smart ship, or how did that work? I mean, how can I do that?
So my suggestion, because you got to be careful from a tax write-off standpoint, my suggestion is you leave your auto ship set up for the things that you use personally.
Uh-huh.
And then you just do it as an additional order for the jumbo jar plus one. And only because if you have people that you're in a unique position where you're a personal trainer, you meet with people, you could be able to effectively sell the jumbo jar and the box separately to people that you help work out, and you can the way that, like in all sales, it's showing a benefit. So you could then set up a separate personal order with Synergy Worldwide where you just call them, or you can go into your back office and order a jumbo jar and a box. Because your monthly auto ship is already at 100, I think your monthly auto ship is at 150 CV of volume, then you're going to earn immediately on that second order of a jumbo jar plus a box, you're going to immediately earn $42.50 in elite rebates from Synergy Worldwide. The key is to make sure you got direct deposit from Synergy so it goes into your business checking account. Otherwise, they'll send you a check, and if they send you a check for it, then they're going to make a deduction for the cost of processing the check. And then you have your jumbo jar that you could sell for $235, get your money back for it, and show the benefit to the individual that they don't have to pay any shipping on that jumbo jar. That's
okay.
That's a $13 savings.
Okay.
And then I would sell the box for $55. If you felt that you could sell it for $60, then sell it for $60. I wouldn't sell it for less than $55. You can sell it for more, but at $55, then you're doing exactly what I'm doing. And you're making, for yourself each, when you do that on a basic, on a yearly basis, you're making yourself an extra $475 in net profit. How many times could you do that in the month? Because what would happen is once you sold this jumbo jar in this box as your extra order for the month, you're an extra personal order to Synergy Worldwide. Once you sell that, you've gotten your money back. You've earned yourself. So in this case, you wouldn't get free shipping. So it would be 200. I don't know what your sales tax is, so let's not figure sales tax, but it would be 253. And what are you going to sell it for? You're going to sell it for 235, 253, 235 minus 55 minus, so you made $37 of extra profit, but it's extra profit on those two items, $37 plus you earn $42.50 in elite rebate. So every time that you moved a jumbo jar and a box, you earned yourself about $80 in positive cash flow.
Yeah, I understand.
And then you've gotten your money back. And what do? You then order another jumbo jar and box. And then once you sell that, then you order another one. So you'd never order another jumbo jar or box until you've sold the one that you already have, you've gotten. And that way, every time you sell it, you take the money that you had invested in your business and you keep turning it over. And every time you turn it over, you're making yourself an extra $80 of net profit. Now, can you turn that over twice a month? Then that's an extra $160 in your pocket. Can you turn it over 3 times in the month? Now there's an extra $240 in your pocket. You see where I'm going with this?
Absolutely, yeah, I do. You know, it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like rather than giving my customers the website to go on the order, it sounds like I should just go and take the order, get it, and then sell it to them directly.
Yeah, and Edgar, I would do a blend, because if a blend, because if you can get your customers to do this, another thing that you could say to the person, you've been getting this jumbo jar from me for $235. I'm going to share something with you that Synergy has going on right now, but it's only going to be available to you if you get onto a monthly auto ship. Is you can get a jumbo jar, which you're paying $235, but for $5 more, you can get a box of 30 serving sticks by going on Autoship. And then, and then you can set it up with Synergy Worldwide, where on your Autoship for your customers, they don't have to get it every month. They can get it every 3rd month. So you're using 2 scoops on the jumbo jar every day, so it's lasting you for 2 months. Well, why not get on Autoship, get yourself for $5 more an extra 30 servings, and then we'll set it up with Synergy Worldwide where you get that every 3rd month. Then you don't even have to do any of that. And so, yes, you do give up a little bit of profit on sales to that individual, but now every month that they order their monthly order goes through with Synergy Worldwide, you'll see that volume of 170 show up on your tracking center 1, and you'll earn a $42.50 elite rebate. So it really depends upon your customer base and how disciplined they are in terms of what they're doing, or how convenient it is to them and to you in terms of how you engage them in their products. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, that makes a lot. That give me a lot of clarity.
Okay.
Another options.
Yes, correct. And that's the business that's the beauty of having your own home-based business. A lot of people would not run their Synergy business like I've run my business, but that's okay. I've got a client, or I shouldn't say client. I've got a distributor, Arnold. He doesn't do anything with monthly auto ship. He only orders products from Synergy Worldwide when he needs products, but he has such a good customer base that every month he's earning anywhere from $250 to $1,000 in elite rebates every month off of his customers, because he doesn't want to ship, and he's not in any position like you might be, where you're actually physically in contact with your customers, your clients, where he's talking to people on the telephone. They're across the United States. He just sets them up with customer service with Synergy Worldwide, and they get their products directly from Synergy Worldwide, and he just earns the elite rebate. So there's a lot of different ways of doing your Synergy business. You just want to do it what's best for you. And it's always best to have a monthly auto ship for your own personal products in Synergy Worldwide. I I buy a lot of different things from Synergy Worldwide because I use more than Pro Argent Plus. I use more than the E9. I use more than the Immune Booster. But I would get in trouble with the IRS if I was doing everything for my family because I wouldn't be able to justify that aspect. But I could justify with the IRS where I was on, if I was just doing it for myself, I could do this Elite Autoship pack with an immune booster. I could justify that with the IRS. I wouldn't have any problem. You would not be a red flag with the IRS because I'm not taking advantage of it. And so I'm able to write that off on my taxes.
Okay.
So like anything, you just have to be prudent in the way that you go about doing things. And if you are, then you're not going to create red flags.
Okay. Think about that.
You're welcome. Anyone else with anything before we say goodbye?
Hello, Dan. It's Donald.
Yes, Donald.
Thanks for doing this video. Actually, it feels as though you did it for the Barbados group because you explained it so well, so that they can take advantage of the situation. Because, as you know, many of them, they don't employ the Autoship process, and they were kind of losing out.
Correct.
So I appreciate you doing this in a very simple way. And I hope that now with this, they can take advantage of what I saw in having an Autoship.
Mm-hmm.
In my case here, since I've been here, I've got my family on the product, and the jumbo jar works for me within the family because it's so big.
Yeah.
Before I was, I had to use a box kind of for each of them, but it can break out the jumbo jar among the family and have this one. So rather than have like say 8 boxes to each member of the family, I have a jumbo jar and it can break it out that way and distribute it among the family on a monthly basis. So that kind of works for me here.
Sure.
So,
and so you've basically you've also saved yourself money.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
No, that's excellent.
Thanks again.
Oh, you're welcome. Last call. Anyone with comments or questions before we say goodbye? All right. I want to thank everyone for your time today. Next week, we'll be back. Let's see. I can't remember what it is for next week, but I think we're going to be looking at one of the Synergy products. Oh, I know what it is. We're going to be looking at the new V3 system in Synergy Worldwide to help you better understand that product components and how it can benefit people's health. So with that said, I'll see you next Saturday. Have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye now.